is the African News Update on top accolade news. The headlines: Ethiopia suspends Tigray People's Liberation Front over internal breaches. President BOAKAI suspends over 400 officials in anti-corruption drive. KIZZA BESIGYE'S health deteriorates in Ugandan detention. Senegal 6 new IMF program by June. In politics, Ethiopia suspends Tigray People's Liberation Front over internal breaches. Ethiopia's National Election Board has imposed a 3-month suspension on the Tigray People's Liberation Front, citing breaches of internal party laws. The TPLF, which administers the war-torn Tigray region, failed to organize a general assembly, hold election for party officials, or approve its bylaws. This follows a deepening rift within the party, which split the party into 2 factions, claiming control after the peace agreement that ended Ethiopia's 2-year conflict in Tigray. The suspension prevents the TPLF from participating in political activities for the next 3 months, amid growing concern over the potential for further instability in the country. Still in politics, President BOAKAI suspends over 400 officials in anti-corruption drive. In a bold move to tackle corruption in Liberia, President Joseph Yuma BOAKAI has suspended over 400 government officials who failed to declare their assets, a key requirement for all state employees. The suspension affects high-ranking officials, including ministers and ambassadors, and is a response to findings by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. BOAKAI, elected in November 2023, emphasized that the move is part of his ongoing commitment to transparency and good governance. Moving on in politics, KIZZA BESIGYE'S health deteriorates in Ugandan detention. Uganda's prominent opposition leader KIZZA BESIGYE, jailed for allegedly threatening national security, is facing severe health issues, with his lawyer Erias Lukwago calling for urgent medical care. BESIGYE, who has been detained since his abduction from Kenya in November, suffers from hypertension and requires specialized treatment that the prison system cannot provide. Charged with offenses that include illegal firearm possession and treasury, BESIGYE'S military trial has drawn criticism from human rights groups, with Amnesty International calling for his release. BESIGYE'S case is also drawing national attention as Uganda prepares for the presidential elections next year. Shifting focus to economy, Senegal 6 new IMF program by June. Senegal's finance minister has announced plans for a new International Monetary Fund program by June, following the suspension of the country's $1.8 billion credit facility. The suspension came after an audit revealed that the former President Macky Sall's administration had misreported the country's debt and budget deficit. He expressed optimism about a new agreement with the IMF, with funds potentially disbursed soon after. Meanwhile, the government seeks to investigate possible cases of corruption, including embezzlement and money laundering linked to former officials. The Alliance for the Republic Party, led by Sall, rejected the audit's finding, arguing that the court had approved the disputed budgets. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Still in economy, Morocco's livestock declined by 38%. Morocco's cattle and sheep herds have plummeted by 38% over the past 9 years, a direct result of 6 years of severe drought, according to Agriculture Minister. With rainfall 53% lower than the average of the past 3 decades, the droughts have depleted vital water resources, leading to mass job losses in farming and significant reduction in livestock. This crisis has forced Morocco to increase meat imports, including 124,000 sheep and 21,000 cattle, while suspending taxes on livestock to stabilize prices. The country's irrigation system are severely impacted, with key dams critically low as the government prioritizes drinking water over agricultural needs. Moving to conflict. UNICEF urges immediate halt to sexual violence against children in Eastern DRC conflict. The United Nations Children's Fund is sounding an alarm over the escalating sexual violence against children in the ongoing conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. UNICEF reports that in North and South Kivu provinces, sexual violence, including rape, has reached unprecedented levels. Survivors have shared tragic stories, including one mother recounting how her 6 daughters, the youngest just 12 years old, were reportedly raped by armed men while searching for food. The violence has spiked, with the M23 rebel group pushing further south, displacing thousands and deepening the crisis. UNICEF has called for immediate halt to these great violations, highlighting the urgent need for international intervention to protect children and families caught in the crossfire. Moving to entertainment. Rwandan star MELODIE nominated for HEADIES Award. Rwandan music sensation MELODIE has been nominated for the prestigious HEADIES Award, making a major milestone in his career. The Katarina hitmaker, known for his chart-topping album Colorful Generation, is nominated for Best East African Artist, competing with notable names like Tanzania's Diamond Platnumz and Juice. This nomination comes as Bruce continues to make a significant impact across Africa following the success of his debut album and collaboration with artists like Nigeria's Joe Boy. The 17th edition of the HEADIES, returning to Nigeria after 2 years abroad, promises fierce competition among top African and international artists. Now in sports, ZUMA reveals truth behind KAIZER Chiefs' departure. Former KAIZER Chiefs midfielder Dumisani ZUMA has spoken candidly about his departure from the club, denying any alcohol issues during his time at Amakosi. ZUMA clarified that the only time he was caught under the influence of alcohol at Chiefs was when he knew he was about to leave the club. He also dismissed claims that the club had sent him to rehab, explaining that he only saw a psychologist following a car accident and was overwhelmed with his personal struggles. That concludes our African news update for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojo Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.